part of the reason is that our churches have mixed congregations, of course, and so you'll have 85-year-old church ladies mixed in with, 5-year-old children growing up in the congregation. And when you try to talk about these kinds of topics, there's always a lot of people that get upset. Either the parents of the 5-year-old or the 85-year-old church lady says this is completely vulgar. What are we doing? So yeah, they aren't doing it. Now, the more brave pastors are being careful, of course, with their language, but they are addressing it. And they understand something that this questioner understands, and that's that this is the biggest problem we have in the Christian church today. And the main reason it's a big problem is not just because of the sin aspect, which breaks down people's spirits and shatters families, all the things we normally know about. But the biggest thing that happens is that men are self-disqualifying themselves when it comes to leadership in church. So the pastor gets up and he says, hey, I need some volunteers to go to the Amazon to help build a church out for the natives or whatever. No one goes. Or I need somebody to teach Sunday school. Nope, I'm not going to do that. If I do that, that'll put me closer to the pastor. He'll sense what's wrong in me, and I'll get into all kinds of trouble. Maybe my wife finds out, whatever. And so they try to stay as distant from the pastor as they can, or doing anything more deeply spiritual. And so what happens is our churches become led by women, and women are great leaders. I have no problem with women at all. I have 2 sisters. I have a very strong wife who's a registered nurse, and she knows how to lead. But the thing is, we can't have the male gender sidelined. And so what I talk about in my newest book, Battle on, Battle Over, is that pastors really need to address this issue so that their men can stop self-disqualifying. And one church I know of up in Minneapolis that did this, they used my book, Every Man's Battle, and they used it for, the pastor and 7 guys did a small group, went through the book. The guys got free. A couple of them wanted to lead a group, and a few more got free. And pretty soon they had a couple dozen of these groups going on at the same time. And what happened is there was an explosion in the growth and health of their church, because these men, they began to realize that they were free or getting free. They were ready to stand up and lead and to serve and to become part of the life of the church, and everything changed. This pastor told me that there's no way to grow a church without growing the number of leaders that you have. And with the entire male gender sitting on the sidelines, you never have enough leaders to grow if you don't get them healed. So from my perspective, the very first thing that any pastor needs to do if he wants to impact his community is to first impact his men, set them free from sexual sin, and allow them to be all that they can be in Christ.